Welcome to TechnoLearn Academy. In this lecture, we will discuss how we can load the data to Power BI. To load the data to Power BI, first go to Home tab. Then go to connect the data to multiple sources. Here you will find the list of all the data connectors available we can use to load the data to Power BI. This is the most common list of data connectors available in the Power BI. For advanced data connectors, click on More. And there you will find the list of all the data connectors available in the Power BI to load the data to Power BI. We can see that this is the list of all the data connectors we can use to load the data to Power BI. If we go to the file sections, we can use these sections if you want to load the data from Excel, CSV, PDF, or JSON format. If our data is coming from databases, we can use these sections. All the options are available like SQL Server, MySQL, SAP HANA. If the data is coming from Azure, then all the platforms of Azure is available here. And we can go to the other sections. Suppose if you're using the Python script, R script, or PySpark, all the options are available here. We can also click on get data from another sources. And from here also, we can import the data to Power BI. The moment I click on this option, it will take us to get data tab. And from here also, we can choose the option we want to use to import the data. We can go to this data pane and we can see that we don't have any data. That means we haven't uploaded any data yet. And the same we can verify from the table view. I don't have any table here. That means we haven't loaded any data. Now let's see how we can import the data from Excel to Power BI. So this is the Excel which I am going to load to Power BI. Let's click. And this is the data. We can see that we have 7 files which I am going to load to Power BI. We have category, then we have subcategory, then we have product, then we have sales order, sales detail, provinces and regions. So total 7 files we are going to import to Power BI. To load the data to Power BI, first we will expand this option, and from there I will choose Excel workbook because we are exporting the data from Excel. Your data might come from CSV file also. So if you are not sure about the format of your data, then go to the file, right click, then go to properties, and then you can find the extension of the file. In this scenario, my extension is XLSX. That means I'm taking the data from Excel. I'll close it and move to Power BI. So I'm taking data from Excel. I'll click Excel workbook. Now it will ask the path from where I want to load the data to Power BI. So in this scenario, I will select my sheet and then click on open. Connection is in progress. Once connection is established, then we will find this navigator tab. Here we can see all the tables are available which we just saw in our Excel file. And if you want to preview any of this sheet, then I can simply click on. So for example, I want to click on this product. We can preview this sheet. Okay, so here we have an option. Out of these 7 files, how many files I want to import to Power BI. So I'll click all the 7 files because I want all. If you do not want to import any of the file, you can simply unclick the file. In my scenario, I have clicked all the files. Once I have selected all the files and I have previewed my data, then I will find 2 options. I can either click on cancel. If I click on cancel, this navigator pop-up will close, or I can click on load or transform data. In this scenario, I will click on load so that I can load the data to Power BI. If we want to make some changes, we will click on transform data, which we will discuss in later session. So in my scenario, I will just click on load. Once we click on load, then we will see this pop up, processing queries. And now the data is start loading to Power BI. Just wait for a couple of minutes. Power BI might take some time to load the data to Power BI. It all depends upon the size of data you are going to load. If the size is high, it might take some time to load the data. We can see that the data has been loaded successfully. Now, once the data is loaded to Power BI, we will go to this data pane. There we can see all the 7 tables has been imported into Power BI successfully. And if we want to look on the metadata of these tables, then I will simply click on this icon, and there I can see all the columns. One thing we can notice here is that the data type of the columns. If we find this sigma sign, that means this is measures, means it's a numeric value. And if you find this sign, that means it's the date column. If I go to the region, there we can see no sign, that means this is my dimension or the categorical data. So here we can verify whether my data is values or numeric. Now, if you want to preview the actual data, then we will go to this table view. And here we can see all the 7 files are available. If you want to preview any of the file, we can simply click on. So I will click on product category. These are the 3 columns, and we have 4 categories. Then we have subcategories. Then we have products. Then we have sales order, sales detail, region, and provinces. So this is how we have loaded the data to Power BI. Once the data is in the Power BI, then we can verify how many records are imported. For example, if I click on this product category, we can see that only 4 records are imported. And if I go to the sales order table, there are 1,16,966 rows. So this is how we can review the data and import the data to Power BI.